No, for real, because I just saw a video saying that 50% of men have never approached a woman before, but like 70% of women wish they were approached by men more. I would never approach a man. Like, I don't want to be with a man who doesn't have the confidence to approach me. And if you're a beautiful girl, you know, men never approach, and the ones that do, there's no game. So we got two problems now. We got dapping up 10s, going up to men, making them feel like they're the prize and they don't need to approach women anymore, and if she doesn't come up to me, then I'm not gonna say anything. And then we have the problem of there being no game when you do approach me. So I don't know who's gonna fix this, but it doesn't need to be women. It's literally men's job to approach people, in my opinion, in my world that I live in. So up your failure tolerance, try it out, do some rejection therapy, like, you can handle it. Like, going up to a beautiful woman should not be the hardest thing you've ever done. Unless it's me, then it probably will be.
Okay, I just got back from the club, and I hate that the most ugly men have the most confidence. Like, the fine men never come up to me. I had at least 3 men come up to me, and I just wasn't interested in any of them. Like, I'm fine. And that the men that come up to me are not fine. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Silly smile walking down the street. I'm not even going to say hot take because I know it's not a hot take. What the hell is going on with 2025 dating? My biggest gripe, the men are not approaching. They're not approaching. They're just keeping to themselves. Maybe we'll give you one look, but barely even that. Nobody's approaching, okay? And I'm going out of my way. I'll have a little smile, feet pointed out. I'm open. I'm ready to accept. Does not work. Does not work. And the dating apps, that's a no for me. That is a no. So, is there something else?
I keep hearing go to happy hour, go out by yourself, like don't be with a group of women because men are intimidated and they won't approach you. But seriously speaking, like, have y'all been out recently and a guy has come up to you and introduced himself to you and just been kind? I feel like men are just not menning anymore. Like,
men are not menning anymore. Because they're not looking in her direction anymore. You know, there's a thing, they always say you hit the wall. All right. So I don't know how old this lady is, but it's like she done hit about that 35 going on number. But you do hit a certain point where guys may not be looking in that direction as much. And you need to accept that. Because she making it seem like it's the men's fault.
From a guy's perspective, is it weird if a girl were to approach you and be like, hey, I think you're really attractive. Like, my name is so-and-so. Because today, I've seen these 2 gentlemen. They came in the coffee shop as I was working, and they were very attractive men. And we made eye contact and all of that. But I didn't know if, like, it would be weird if I went up to them and would have been like, hey, like, I think you're really cute. Like, is that, would you guys appreciate that? I don't know.
Why don't you try it and find out?
Women should be approaching men in this climate. Why? Because people and men tend to come off creepy when they're trying to initiate conversation with women that they're attracted to and interested in, right? And it's oftentimes uninvited and unwanted by women. So let's flip the script here, shall we? Let's have the women opening the door and approaching men and then allowing them to pursue once that door and that invitation has been opened. Does that make sense to y'all? Because that just makes sense to me.
Let's test that theory.
I matched with this hottie on Hinge. I say, where's our first date? I shoot him a shot, right? He says, you tell me. I say, you can't Uno reverse card me. He said, it's already been done. Like, this is such lazy chatting. I say, well, I don't know if I die well. Show me a cool cocktail bar. Speakeasy vibes? Like, I'm setting it all up for him. Like, he doesn't have to figure anything out. He says Stone Street. Like, I'm supposed to know what that is. So now I have to go Google. Cute. I think I've been there. What's your schedule? Like, I can't even get the decency of a full sentence. Schedule's insane. Work crazy hours. Cool, you're really making me work for this. What every girl dreams for. I'm done with men.
I'm not pretty. I'm naturally pleasant or friendly.
I put makeup on just for this date, so it better go well. And I'm not posting this, probably, if it doesn't. It did not go well. Truthfully, it lasted less than 2 minutes. I walked up, he gave me a hug and said, are you hungry? Let's go inside. We went inside. he said, actually, can you step outside for a minute? I stepped back outside, and he said, I'm not trying to offend you, but I'm just not feeling it. So I walked to my car, came back home. Dating when you're fat sucks.
I think she's cute. I just think that maybe he felt like you were a different version of yourself, and he did it very respectfully. A lot of women would get on here on TikTok and trash a man because he lied about his height when he was 5'10", and he said he was 6 foot. So, I mean, it happens to men too.
So the thing is I feel like men underestimate how irresistible they are when they actually have the ability and intelligence to move on with their lives. Like, when a woman realizes that she's not that special to you, she's not that important to you, that's when she starts to think about how important and special you are to her. Think about it. With the type of women that you date, with some women, when you care about them, they don't care about you. They care.
Dating in America is dead for women. Unfortunately, they are not quick to understand that men are walking away from dating. Men are spending more time on their hobbies. They're spending time on their purpose. They're spending time settling down with traditional foreign women. Passport Bros movement is in full swing and it's gaining traction. So, unfortunately, American women are going to have to understand that dating is not coming back anytime soon. No, guys aren't paying to take you out and all this other nonsense. At the very best, you're going to get some hookups. And at the very worst, you're going to be dying alone.
Ramon91 or 8691 said, and just mention a prenup and watch them run.
I just feel like men don't approach women anymore, and it's like, I get it, like each man has their own reasons, but I feel like I don't even see that anymore. And like, men will stare at women, they're probably finding them attractive, like making eye contact, but they never like approach women anymore. And like, I'm genuinely wondering a lot why. Like what makes a man not want to approach a woman? Like, is it because they're resting phase? Is it like, can someone please tell me, like, in their own point of view, like what makes a man not want to approach a woman? Like, I feel like, especially as in Moroccan, like I am a North African woman, or some people say Arab, like we want to be approached, we're feminine, we want a masculine man in our life. So what is like the real reason a man's not approaching?
Another woman with another coping mechanism in the comments, she says, I think the pandemic messed everything up. It was never like this before. Well, maybe, because maybe during the pandemic, a lot of women got online talking about nonsense. Men saw it and they said, okay, when it's time to go back outside, we're going to stay in and keep that retirement fund rolling.
A third of men, 33%, a little over a third of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. So I've got a question for the men. My comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done.
You know, I'm seeing more and more of these videos, and honestly, it makes me sad because guys have told women why. We've made it very clear why we're walking away. And we're walking away in droves, and it's only going to get worse because you're not hearing why we're walking away. It's very simple. Don't read between the lines. Hear these words. There is absolutely no benefit anymore to being in a relationship with a woman for a man. None. Zero. Zilch. Especially when you consider the risk compared to any potential reward. Roughly 55% of marriages end in divorce, and the guy loses everything. Add into it all the relationships where they weren't married, and the guy lost access to his kids and had to pay mountains of child support, and so on. When you really look at it, there's less than a 1 in 4 chance of having a successful relationship. Would you risk?
If a man leaves the relationship, he's never coming back. Let me cook for a second. A man will cheat on you. A man will shut down emotionally on you. A man will shut down physically on you. A man will cuss you out. A man might even grip you up. But when a man leaves, men don't leave. When a man leaves, it is over in every single way. And if he's leaving you, that's because he found something to replace you. He found something that he feels like in his heart is better than you, because men don't leave relationships to be alone. Because men don't believe that healing alone is the way that you get over a relationship. We believe that getting on top of another woman and building with another woman is how you get over a relationship. That's why we always get into relationships faster than women and get over past relationships faster than women, because before we leave, 9 times out of 10, we already got somebody to fill your shoes. So if you're dealing with a man and he left, that's over, baby. Respectfully.
And I'll add this. A lot of men don't even need a replacement. The replacement is not having to spend money on you no more.
Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to.
Well, a lot of them have said the juice ain't worth the squeeze. I mean, I've literally had men say that verbatim in my comment section. Women who told me, they're like, it's just not worth, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. The amount of effort that it requires to actually connect with these women no longer even, it's not worth it. Because we do all this extra effort. You want us to do all these different things. And then half of y'all just want a dinner date. Half of y'all just want your food paid for because you can't afford your own food.
Guy in the comments, goes to Nubis, says, imagine putting forth effort just to pay her bills, then get cheated on and left with no money. BD Knight said it's a simple cost benefit calculation. Why in the world would we choose drama? Geo says effort is code for weaponized leverage. Exactly. I keep on saying that. You guys, y'all think that a man is going to continue after a certain point in time just to be out here risking it all. That's not in a man's nature. Y'all say things and do things intentionally or unintentionally to get a man off his game. But once a man sits down, gets back around his boys or his support system, and they get him back straight, he's like, you know what? I appreciate y'all. That's never going to happen to me again. And at that point in time, you can't play in his face anymore. And so y'all wondering why men don't approach anymore. That's why. Because they know you playing games. They can see you from a mile away. And now you're going to have to fend for yourself.
Yes, I actually can believe that, and let's get into this one. So this girl who is sitting there making the world's angriest face says, can you believe it? I'm sitting here alone at Beer Garden in Boston and not a single guy has come up to me. What the heck? I love this thing that girls do whenever I do see the occasional video of a girl that's like, can you believe it? Like, no guys are talking to me. Like, they make it seem like they don't also have a mouth. Because, of course, several people made the comments that I'm about to make, but one person said, why would someone want to bother a stranger? And she says, I believe it's called socializing. I could be wrong. Says the person who won't get up and talk to anybody. And then there's actually a girl in the comments that says, yeah, socializing has gone down the drain, unfortunately. Have you tried speaking to anybody? Are you just going to sit there angry with your beer in your hand and then make a TikTok, saying that you never got approached? This reminds me a lot of the video where that girl was complaining that nobody helped her move her furniture when she was like, I guess, like just struggling carrying her furniture and there was men around. And then she acted like she physically doesn't have a voice and couldn't be like, hey, can you help me? Like, these girls will sit there angry, making a TikTok, sipping their beer, instead of just going up to somebody and saying like, hey, what's your name? You do understand a large reason why men aren't approaching is because we have been told that a lot of women don't want us to speak to them, so we're just being safe. I don't know why so many girls are so embarrassed to have to just say a couple words first instead of making a TikTok about it. To answer your question, yes, I absolutely believe that nobody approached you at Beer Garden. I wouldn't expect anything less, but that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
Men don't come up and ask or talk to you anymore.
Why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? The masculinity on earth has diminished.
Y'all dug this hole for yourselves, man. Man was approaching y'all. Y'all told us stop.
Men are really terrified out here, bro, of being labeled as a creep and being inappropriate or like
getting embarrassed in public. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? End up viral because you want to ask the woman out in the most respectful way. Like, you know what I mean? So I think men are just choosing their peace at the end of the day. And we're not going to go out our way unless we know that it's 100%. You know how field goal percentage? The field goal percentage got to
Yeah, be 100.
We ain't just taking those like low field goal percentage shots.
And this is a spirit of delusion amongst women that I discuss often on my page. You should definitely check it out. I don't know what video you were watching, but love, what you just said is not how that video went. Let me remind you.
Bitches now they can't even take their shoes off on side of the club because they're like this talking to me.
What do you mean? Like what?
I said get the fuck out my face, right?
What do you mean?
Get the fuck out my face.
What do you mean? Like,
Now, what she should have done as a lady, as a pretty girl, is say, no, sir. No, sir, I'm good. No, thank you. And commits to getting up and walking away. And of course, men, they're going to follow. Just continue to say, no, sir. After the second or third no, he's going to walk away. So the issue is a lot of y'all live in this world of delusion because a lot of y'all actually don't get hit on by men. So you don't know how it actually works. Most men aren't going to grab you and choke you up and body slam you for rejecting them. That's not how it goes, okay? When you disrespect the man, 9 times out of 10, you get disrespected back. In this case, this man kept his composure the entire time and did not disrespect her. Now, did she put his face card in front of a bunch of people? Probably, because you're sitting right here embarrassing him in front of a bunch of people and recording it. Why? If he was to do her that way, it would have been an uproar amongst women. Stop living vicariously through other women on the internet. I know you don't get men to talk to you, so you don't quite understand how it works. Live a little longer.
Unless you've been living under a rock by now, you have heard. A lot of women are complaining that they, for whatever reason, cannot seem to get men to approach anymore, especially in the gym. Now, ladies, I'm quite sure you're wondering, why have all of my efforts come up short? I mean, I come in, I have my hair pulled back, have makeup on, have a halter top with my midriff showing. I got on the tightest shorts or spandex that I can possibly find. I even have them hiked up so that way they're actually going into my butt crack. I mean, you've done everything that you can do. You've engaged in every attention-seeking exercise known to man, and this guy still won't even look your way. It's because you nasty. Y'all don't be wiping the equipment off. Bruh, nothing is more disgusting in the world than watching a woman use the equipment and then watching her entitled ass get off of it without wiping it down. You're disgusting, and you wonder why you can't get a man. Nobody want to deal with that. You think that we don't got eyes? We be looking at you too, be like, damn, shorty look good as hell. Damn, her ass fat as I don't know what. Damn, she looking good. She killing that. And then we watch you sweat all over the equipment and then get off and walk away and never come back. You nasty. But that's just my opinion. Love to know yours. Drop a like, comment, share this video. And you already know.
Okay, so let's talk about the time that I got ghosted on an actual date. He just kind of just left. Story time, if you hadn't caught it. Ventures in Dating. We're back. I'm not in my cars. You know, I just happen to be in my bedroom this time. We love it. Yes. Anyway, so decided to meet this person online, of course. Where else do I meet people? Because I don't meet them at the grocery store, the gym, museums, on the street, wherever. I said what I said. Anyway, so meet this guy, talking his talk or whatever, blah, 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 blah. He's like, hey, let's meet in person, but let's go on a hike. So meet to go on this hike, had to pay for parking, had an attitude, decided I'm going to go. You know, it's a nice little trail in this place. Drove 30 minutes. It's fine, whatever, it's fine. I'm going to hike, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to get my cardio early on a Saturday or Sunday morning, something like that. So we go, meet up, couldn't find each other. Parking lot was really vast. So I'm just like, okay. We meet up. I guess I didn't meet his specifications. We had video chatted, sent pictures, etc. The things that you do when you meet online. Get there and he's just like, hey, just like abruptly, he's just like, I gotta go get my bag. I was like, what? I was like, I gotta go get my bag. Huh? Yeah, I gotta go get my bag out the car. I'll be back. 2-3 minutes pass by, 5 pass by, 10 minutes pass by. I call him and I'm just like, where are you? Didn't answer. Sent a text, didn't answer. I'm standing there. Still doesn't answer. I eventually get the hint that I have been left jilted, if you will, in the middle of a date. Of course, I was embarrassed. I was angry because I paid my money for my parking. But then I also decided to have a change of heart and go on the hike anyway. So I went through, looked at these amazing trails, saw wildlife, nature. It was beautiful outside, got some fresh air. I did have a little talk with Jesus because I was like, this is foul, Lord. I wouldn't do this to somebody on a date unless I felt in danger, etc. And on top of that, dude was not attractive. And you left all it is on the, okay, got it. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. But it's just a lesson that, things happen. People are rude. People are inconsiderate. People will waste your time. People will cost you money. I know I keep talking. It was only $5. But still, I had an attitude. I was like, wow. I never shared it with any of my friends because I was just kind of embarrassed. But it is one of those things that happens. Another adventure in my dating life that has happened. But we live, we learn, we move on. Love you. Bye.
So basically, you gave him a chance. Basically, you were doing him a favor. I don't think that he should have walked off in the middle of the date. He could have just said, I'm not feeling this. But the entitlement that really comes from you guys thinking that men should be so grateful and men have the privilege of taking you out. Who are you? That doesn't go against you having self-confidence and self-respect. But other than that, be humble.
One of the most common things I hear from women is that they're like, when I go out, I don't get approached. Guys don't approach me, blah, 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 blah. But I want to just tell you a story. And I always say that it's the energy that you put out. It's your posture. It's how you put yourself together. It's your spirit. All of those things really matter, right? The most important thing that matters, though, is your spirit. If you have an ugly spirit, if you have a spirit that has low self-esteem, lacking confidence, all of that stuff is just not going to get you any attention from nobody. I get attention and compliments, and people are drawn to me everywhere I go, no matter what I have on. But it's because of the energy and the aura that I bring. For example, I was at a restaurant here recently, actually, with two of my good girlfriends, and there was two other young ladies sitting next to us. And while these ladies were absolutely gorgeous, nothing wrong with them whatsoever, I noticed that their energy and their attitudes were just not welcoming, right? So they weren't welcoming to me, but they definitely weren't welcoming to any other men. So me and my girlfriends, we're over there, we're laughing, we're smiling, we're having a good time, being our natural selves. We're not thinking about anybody, but everybody is literally drawn to us, okay? Literally drawn to us. And I say that because people who are happy, have high self-esteem, have confidence, got their heart right, all of that stuff, you naturally just attract people in general. But if you have low self-esteem, low confidence, your heart is ugly, your spirit ain't right, or whatever is going on inside you that is just out of alignment with God period, you have to make sure you get all of that stuff together. Some women are physically attractive on the outside and they get attention because of how they look, but then men hate them after they get to know them. Then there are women who you're like, dang, how did she get that guy? And it's because her spirit, her energy, her aura, her personality, her confidence, all of that stuff stood out and made her more attractive. So while I do agree, you need to make sure that you're putting yourself together. You need to dress for your body type. You need to learn how to do makeup that fits your skin. And I'm not saying you got to be caked up and all of that stuff. Like, you can do a minimal beat. Most days people think I have on foundation and I do not. I take care of my skin. And you can do a little blush, a little lip, whatever. Get your lashes done, etc. You don't have to really do much, but you need to make sure that when you walk out the house that you feel good as well as look good. And if you are in a season of your life where you're trying to get your insides together, sit the season out. Go ahead and take the time to get your heart right, your mind right, your spirit right. Get back in alignment with God and what His promises for you. So that when you do put yourself back out there in the world, not only will men be attracted to you, but opportunities will be attracted to you. Your blessings will flow easier. All of this stuff works together. It was a girl on TikTok today. She studies neuroscience and she also is a believer, but she made a very good point. She was saying that the people that are full of favor are the people that actually did what God said. Seek the kingdom of God. And she broke it down another way that made just so much sense, but nonetheless, she said their focus was different. The more that you seek God and fall into alignment with Him, favor and blessings, opportunities, everything that's supposed to come to you is going to come to you. I don't know who this was for, but I hope it helped.
A lot of these women spend their time being the worst version of a human being. Forget themselves. They spend most of their time being the worst version of somebody, of a woman. Why don't men approach? Because you're when somebody thinks about a woman and what they should be, their dream, not even a dream woman at this point in time, when they think of how a normal human being should be, you don't come to mind. You come to mind for the worst. You come to mind for somebody who's going to be a problem. And men tend to avoid problem.
I'm just tired of
You know, you see videos like this and you're like, man, some of these guys can be real jerks, because men can be sometimes. But I think what you're dealing with is a lot of times some of these women just want to do what they want to do. They want to wear what they want to wear. They want to say what they want to say. And this, oh, he didn't communicate. He just walked out like none of it mattered. Did he try to communicate? Did he try to say, hey, I don't like you doing this. I don't want you doing that. I think you and me are exclusive. We're in a relationship. So maybe you shouldn't say this or do this or go here or go there. You know, and even taking the man's side or taking her side, you can kind of say, dang, he sucked for that. But then you see stuff like this. You got to arch your back, be out on the waterfalls. You know, you got a cute dog pic right here. Why not more of that? Why not more of those types of pictures? You know, cute photo. You know, you'll see you got your behind angled towards the camera. You know, another cute photo out with friends, doing your thing. Then you got something a little bit more seductive. Talking about mental health awareness. I don't see how that coincides, but okay. You know, another nice pic out here with, you know, celebrating somebody else. Great for you. Love that. Congratulations to them. And then you got a pic like this. You got something like that. A couple months ago, you know, it's almost like your entire body part is out. It's almost like your entire body part is out, right? Okay, you want to be cute. You want to be on the beach. Hottie, queen, always let it all out. Why would you want that? What man is going to be interested? Got another butt shot, right? Okay, what's the other pics look like? Cute. Gotta have another butt shot. Gotta have one in there. Gotta have it. Why not more of these pics to show who you actually are, instead of honestly and truly thirst traps? Another butt shot. You're covered up, but it's really and truly what it is. A butt shot is what it is. Okay, I look cute. I want to show that I look cute. These angles are fine. These angles, a cute angle, nice city, love it, fantastic. You don't need I'm telling you, you guys don't need your behind out there. You really don't. If you want a man to know who you are, if you want a man to say, listen, I think I could go forever with you, y'all got to start cleaning up y'all's image. This is a nice pic. What's wrong with this? Why not? The great photos. This looks, I don't know what that is, but might be good. You're in a bar. Okay, I'd see you, whatever. You're on a trip. You're showing your trip. Great. Fantastic. Out with your friends. Fantastic. Love it. This is the type of stuff that we should see. Fast food. Great. We should see this type of stuff. The butt shot. Okay, if that's what you want to do. It's great. Out to eat with somebody. Another butt shot. Who could have guessed it? Out on the beach again, living life. Another butt shot. Who could have guessed? You know, at some point in time, I'm looking at these photos like they really think that this is cute. They really are in full swing of body positivity. Just let it all out. Show everybody what you have to offer. But is a man going to want to be on board with that? Is a man going to like that type of stuff? Right? This is a cute photo. You got your nice little top on. You got your nice jeans and your whatever it is that you're doing with your hair. I'm sure men would like that. Great, fantastic. I don't see no butt shots. I don't need to see no butt shots. Great poses, fantastic poses. Awesome. Photo shoot, no butt poses. Fantastic. That's what a man probably gonna want. Y'all out on whatever it is. Hopefully you not doing anything silly. Out on the beach with your dog. Fantastic. Once again, out on the beach. Living your life. These look like great places to go. This is Lake Tahoe, South Lake Tahoe. Great, fantastic. Got to bend over a little bit. I'm telling you guys, I'm really not trying to pick on her. I'm just trying to say at some point in time, I know you're out there with your friends, you're having a great time, but you guys talk about a man playing games all day. Oh, why he play games all day? Why does he do this? A man needs to be a man, and he needs to clean up his image. If you play the game all day, you're going to be looking like this, and you're going to be like this, and you never fully develop into the man that you need to be in the leader. And why would I want a man that plays games all day? But all you really do is party. All you really do is go to the beach with the girls. You don't have any purpose in life. Got your underwear up your behind for all to see. You don't need to be out on the water looking like that. You really don't. And maybe it's just me as a stickler, but that's not something that I would be looking for. And sometimes you do stuff in your past life. Preacher's kid right here. Obligatory pastor's kid after church picks. Happy Easter, having faith in his plan. What plan? You out here partying. You're traveling. You can travel the world and you can be great, but that doesn't mean that you have to show your behind all around the world. These pics look great. These pics look fantastic. Great dress. Obligatory butt pic once again. I mean, this is kind of short by my standards, but I know a lot of men won't care about that. They'll be okay with that. Like I said, I really think that she is into what society deems as cute. So that's what she goes for, right? The angles and the poses and stuff like that. Like I said, at some point in time, y'all want men to get off the games, start doing certain things. Y'all really got to start cleaning up y'all's image. So you don't say he didn't communicate. A man's going to communicate every step of the way. This is what I do like. This is what I don't like. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm not looking for. And if you guys continue, you can sit there and look sad in the car, but if you guys continue, like I'm looking at your page, and I don't even know you, I'm looking at your page, and y'all can continue to follow the same pattern of logic, like body positivity, liberal, this, and that, which if that's the way you believe, fine. But if you're looking for a man that's going to allow you to just show off everything, not a lot of dudes. Slim pickings. It's going to be real slim pickings out there. But that's just my opinion on it.